So I thought I'd make a quick video on my current project on this beautiful rainy day. What am I working on here? This is my 36-inch rip capacity cabinet table saw. It's a sweet table saw. I purchased this a few months ago. Now obviously this is an upgrade from my old DeWalt portable table saw there, because this is a 36-inch table saw. The manufacturer has to add these railings in order to have the 36-inch rip capacity from the blade all the way out to where I want it, which is that location it's in right now. The only problem is that this here becomes nothing but wasted space. So I'm upgrading it. I'm going to be adding a router today. As you can see, I've already started. This is regular 3/4 inch. It's 3/4 inch birch plywood actually. It's about 6 inches high and 21 inches deep, and that's the same for both sides. This is it looks a little longer here, but that's only because this railing is only sticks out about 17 inches from the tabletop out to here, whereas this side sticks out a full 21 inches. Okay, so let's talk about this side first. On this side, I got a bit lucky because this railing already comes with a T-slot. See that? So it's a great spot just for me to insert the bolts. I ended up drilling out 4 holes, plenty strong there, tightened them up, and I drilled the holes up slightly oversized. These bolts are 5/16, so I drilled the holes a little wider than that, which allows me a little bit of wiggle room to adjust up or down, or even side to side, but mainly up and down, to ensure that the final piece that will go on top, the final board, will be level with the tabletop. Now on this side, pretty much the same thing, except that because this is only an L-shaped railing, simply just had to measure out exactly where I wanted the holes drilled, and that's what I did. Drilled 3 holes on this side. As you can see, these are the marks I made. That's it. Now this will become a useful space. Let's take a look at the actual router piece that will go in here. This is the JessEm Router Lift 2. Got this off of Amazon. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we have some inserts here. Yep. Looks like it's just the handle. Yep. That's all it is. Just the handle for the router lift. Now this beauty. Wow. Look at this. Oh heck yeah. This router lift by JessEm again. It's made in Canada. There's a part number. It's beautiful. It looks to be very well made, very solid. But now let's take a look at the router that's going to sit in here. Alright guys. Oh. I scored this not too long ago. Check this out. Bam, bam, bam. It's the DeWalt 618 plunge router. Now this is a pretty beefy piece of equipment here. It has a collet. Is that what it's called? A collet, or the insert for a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch bits. So it's interchangeable. I could change that out, use the smaller bits, or use the bigger bits. Obviously, once I put it into the router, I'll be taking this lower portion off. It's an adjustable router. Here's the speed. If you want to lower the speed, increase the speed, it's right there. This is the actual plunge piece that goes down. I won't be using this part obviously. Okay, so let's put this away now. So last night I went ahead and glued up some plywood pieces that I cut down to size. Okay, so these pieces, I did 4 of them. I used about a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 inch plywood, and so these will actually go on the bottom of the router table top. Just to give you an idea, this is just for demonstration. So pretend this is the bottom of the router table. These will go at the bottom. I'm going to use one at the end, one towards the middle where the router lift will go, one on the other side of the router, and one towards the front of the table where I'll be standing. This is going to add a ton of support to the tabletop. Why? Because this is melamine, and the reason you want to use melamine is because it's very easy for wood to slide on, but it's not very solid. So in order to avoid any warping or any sagging, primarily sagging, because this is compressed wood, if you will. See that? So it'll sag very easily. These boards will help avoid all that sagging. This is the template I've come up with. This is what I'm going to be using to route out the edge or the center for this router plate. It's about 9 millimeters thick. I left these 45-degree cuts here, and that's simply just to give it more support, more rigidity to the lip that the plate is going to sit on. The more material, the more surface, the better it is for the plate to sit on. So I decided to double up the support at the bottom of the tabletop. Instead of just adding those 4 support beams, if you will, underneath like that to support this tabletop, which would be more than sufficient, I decided to add a 3/4 inch plywood piece to the bottom of the tabletop. This 3/4 inch melamine becomes 1.5 inch thick. Okay, so up next, we're going to take these 4 support beams and make 4 pocket holes with my trusty quarter cable pocket hole jig. I've already marked out where I want the pocket holes. So I purchased these inserts. The inner diameter is 1/4 inch. I'll be dropping these into the bottom of the tabletop so I can secure these screws. And so these inserts are going to secure the screw from the tabletop. So let's make the hole. Using my 3/4 inch Forstner bit. I'm gonna put a hole there. Take that, just drop it in. The inserts are already in there. There's another, and another. Alright guys, putting on backwards. I would say it weighs a good 20, maybe 25 pounds. There we go. There she goes. Oh, it's flush with the tabletop. Let's drop in the piece de resistance. Ho, ho, ho. All right. Check this beauty out. Voila. And all we got to do is tighten up these little screws there. But first, we got to install the actual router to plate itself. This says yada yada yada. Okay. First things first. Secure. But there you have it, folks. My brand new JessEm Router Lift. Up, down, and it tells you how far up and how far down you're moving it. Once you've set it in place, there's a little lock feature here. Obviously, turn to counterclockwise unlocks it. Clockwise, it locks it into place. In this next clip, you'll see me test out the router. It's pretty smooth, and it's not that loud. The noise that you do hear is primarily coming from the dust collector. You'll hear it in a second. Overall, this project took me about 4 hours, and it's definitely a nice addition to the shop. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll address them as soon as I can.